Thank you, Chairman Isaacson, Ranking Member Blumenthal, and other distinguished members of the committee for the opportunity to present my legislation, the Ensuring Veteran Safety Through Accountability Act of 2015. To understand the need for this legislation, it is important to know the history of tragedies that have occurred at the Tomah VA Medical Center in Wisconsin. Since January, the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs has been investigating serious allegations of mismanagement, misconduct, whistleblower retaliation, and tragically, veteran deaths at Tomah. Here's a partial list of what we have learned during our investigation. In November 2007, a veteran named Craig Farrington died from a lethal mixture of 7 different drugs shortly after receiving treatment at Tomah. In April 2009, the Tomah VA Employee Union raised concerns about a doctor nicknamed Candyman and referred to the facility as Candyland because veterans were prescribed, quote, prescribed large quantities of narcotics. In June 2009, Dr. Noelle Johnson was fired from Tomah for refusing to fill prescriptions she believed to be unsafe. Dr. Johnson's in the audience here today. In July 2009, Dr. Chris Kirkpatrick was fired from Tomah after raising concerns about over-medication. Tragically, the same day he was terminated, Dr. Kirkpatrick committed suicide. In March 2014, the Office of Inspector General closed its nearly 3-year healthcare inspection of the Tomah VA. The report was not initially shared with Congress, and it was only made public after the media exposed these tragedies. On August 30th, 2014, Jason Simkuski died in the Tomah Mental Health Wing as a result of, quote, mixed drug toxicity. His autopsy revealed he had over a dozen different medications in his system. Jason's family is also in the audience here today. On January 12, 2015, Candace Dellis brought her father, Thomas Bear, to the Tomah VA Urgent Care Center with stroke-like symptoms. Mr. Bear waited over 2 hours for attention. His family believes he died of neglect. It's hard not to agree. As soon as I became aware of the problems at Tomah, I directed committee staff to open an investigation into the problems of the facility. Since then, we have received tens of thousands of pages of documents, spoken with dozens of whistleblowers, and convened a bicameral field hearing at Tomah. There was powerful testimony provided there. We have faced tremendous resistance in uncovering the facts. The VA Inspector General has stonewalled our efforts to obtain complete information in its Tomah review. After 3 months of non-cooperation, my committee was finally forced to subpoena the VA Inspector General on April 29th. Even after the subpoena, the VA IG has applied inappropriate redactions and outright refused to provide other subpoena documents. The VA Office of Inspector General Conduct made it clear that Congress must act. We have already used my authority as chairman to advance a bill to enhance the transparency and accountability of all inspectors generals that also would prevent the VA Inspector General from writing secret reports in the future. The events in Tomah make it abundantly clear that there must be more accountability for VA medical professionals. That is why I've introduced the Ensuring Veteran Safety Through Accountability Act. Last year's Phoenix wait time scandal showed us there is a severe lack of accountability for VA officials. Congress attempted to address this accountability shortfall when it gave the VA Secretary greater authority to remove high-level VA officials. That law was a step in the right direction, but my committee's investigation has found that it does not go far enough. To date, no one at Tomah has been fired. The medical professionals that prescribed the lethal cocktail of drugs that killed Jason Simkuski are still collecting a paycheck from the American taxpayer. My bill would give the VA Secretary the authority to expedite termination of healthcare professionals who failed to deliver the high-quality care our veterans deserve. Currently, the bill has 16 co-sponsors who share a common goal of holding bad actors accountable. I would also like to voice my support for Senator Baldwin's bill as an important step in addressing the VA's protocols on prescribing highly addictive opiate drugs to our veterans. Our committee's investigation is ongoing. Tomorrow, our committee will release an interim report that presents some preliminary findings. We will continue to investigate until we gather all the facts at Tomah and wrongdoers are held accountable. As an initial step, the Ensuring Veteran Safety Through Accountability Act of 2015 is a common-sense measure to bring some much-needed accountability to the VA. Again, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak today.
Well, I want to thank both of you for your diligence on this particular issue.
Well, thanks, Senator Isaacson. Let's first acknowledge, I think the vast majority of people working in the VA are incredibly dedicated, professional, doing everything they can to honor the promises of the finest among them. I think that's just true. What my bill's addressing is, we've made it a little bit easier to terminate bad apples in the SES level category, but we're seeing, in terms of the caregivers themselves, the doctors and nurses, we have to hold them also accountable. Now, I've been involved in managing business for 31 years. I don't think there's anything more corrosive to morale of an organization if bad actors just continue to be able to conduct themselves in an inappropriate manner. So what I found in businesses is the good employees wanted the bad employees terminated. They wanted people held accountable. And long-term, there's nothing more corrosive to an organization than allowing bad actors to continue to be employed. That destroys an organization. And so all my bill's trying to do is provide the accountability, give the VA the tools to remove truly those people that are not honoring the promises, that are the bad actors, that need to be held accountable.